My name is Estela Gabriela Mejia, and this is my personal cultural story. I decided to include my whole name because it represents why my parents named me the way they did, but most importantly, it represents who I am. I got named Estela Gabriela in representation of both of my grandparents from my dad's side. My two last names represents my dad's last name and my mother's last name. I got to admit that a few years back I struggled to like my name Estela because many people made fun of it. But until someone asked me the meaning of my name, and because I did not know the answer, I decided to look up what Estela and Gabriela meant. And I found out that Estela meant star and Gabriela means daughter of God. From then on, I feel very confident about my name, and it doesn't matter what others think as long as I know who I am. The three environments that have mostly shaped who I am are the natural physical environment, family environment, and social cultural environment. And I will start natural environment. I was born in a country in Central America called Honduras, and the village in which I lived was named El Aguacate. Because it was a small place, there wasn't many resources in which families could depend on. My grandmother had to travel for 1 hour in bus in order to buy our groceries. And apart from the groceries, the water system wasn't the greatest. Sometimes the water did not come to our village for more than 3 days, so we had to live on the water that we had from the days before. Also, I remember me and my brother, we used to travel for 30 minutes on bus in order to make a phone call to my mother in Mexico. So the natural and physical environment made it more difficult for us to access resources such as water, electricity, and going to our middle and high school. However, I am grateful that even in that small village, every year my grandpa could harvest corn, and as the soil was good to produce different types of fruits, we were able to eat mangoes, watermelons, and coconuts. So the lesson that I learned was to be grateful for what I had and also be able to protect it. I am also grateful to the people who wanted to improve the community by working together in cleaning the roads and providing opportunities for our youth. I grew up with my grandparents, aunties, uncles, cousins in the same village in Honduras. It was a multi generational household, with my grandparents being the heads of the house. Growing in a multi generational family has impacted me in great measures. It's like having your own community where you learn different things from everyone as they are in different stages of their lives. My grandparents, they were in the demanding age. My aunties and uncles, they were getting married. My cousins and I, we were just growing up. Since my family in Honduras was like a community, I tend to value togetherness here in the US. Every time my father comes from work, I tend to be around him. I like playing cards with him. I like the noise in our house. But most importantly, I learned to respect adults and give them the place they deserve in my life. My grandmother was always attending church, and that's how I got my Christian beliefs. She taught me to serve God with everything that I have, so I decided to learn piano and also dance. A short story that goes back to when I was 7 years of age relates to this social cultural environment. When I was around 7 years of age, my grandfather would ask me what I wanted to do when I grew up. Without any education or people around me to influence my decision, every time he asked, I would answer, I want to be a lawyer. This was back in Honduras. When the 2008 recession occurred, this impacted greatly the people around me, the people, especially the people who were undocumented immigrants, and seeing the injustices that happened to them made me remember the dream that I had when I was 7 years old in Honduras. And I realized that that dream didn't die when I came to the United States. So I want to study law, especially immigration law, because the laws and politics in the US certainly has impacted the decision that I have made for me to become an immigration lawyer.